Hello and welcome to another episode of the Brother Banter Show. My name is Nick, and as always, I'm joined by my brother Jack.
Hey, how's it going?
And we're just two brothers who like to talk about stuff. We got a great episode coming up. But first, Jackson, what have you been up to this week?
This week, um, I slept through my class on Tuesday, and that's a 2 p.m. class.
Classic.
Uh, all right. I had woke up at like 7, and I did a bunch of homework and stuff, and I was like, all right, I could go lay down, take a quick nap, get up, go to class. And I don't know if this is a common thing amongst iPhones or not, but I set a timer for 40 minutes and that shit ain't go off. So I ended up taking the quick 3 hour nap through class. And that was fun.
mm,
But I had to sign so this documentary that I was gonna do that I'm going to do over the summer now with a professor. She had a contract for us to sign, which is like a mentoree contract, and I basically just had to say like what I was looking to get out of like the experience and what I expected from her.
okay.
And yeah, I just basically told her that I want to learn like how to like what are the correct steps in making a documentary because I think that's kind of interesting and that might be something that I look to do in the future. And this is
hmm
something great to put on a resume, being a part of like a film crew with this professor because she's like very well known, I guess. But I had a test in Spanish today.
Okay.
Feel like I did well on that
Well, that's
actually.
good.
And then not much. Didn't really have much to do with the newspaper this week. Just been hanging out,
Cool.
relaxing.
Nice. So do you know, going back to the documentary, do you know like what your role is going to be?
I am filming B-roll and assisting on interview like filming.
Okay. So are you going to have to come up with questions, or are you just strictly camera?
I'm I'm camera. I'm on the camera.
Okay. Okay, cool. But even so, you'll be able to listen to the kind of questions that they ask, and um, that. All right, so that's really cool. Nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
And so the documentary is for what exactly?
Oh yeah. So I went and talked to her about it, and she said it was about the Huskies. Like NIU is and Northern Illinois University, their mascot is a husky, like it's a dog.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's a goddamn husky. I don't know. Do you know?
No.
All right. Well, apparently I'm gonna learn. But that's supposed to be about the Huskies, and the way she described it to me was like the Huskies and then two other things. She's tried to describe it like she was gonna make the documentary encompass two other things, including the Huskies, that I don't remember at this current time. But
they're not that important, probably.
no, yeah, no, no. I was like, shit, as soon as I knew that I didn't have to do any goddamn research, I was kind of happy about it. Not gonna lie.
Nice.
Yeah. Then what's going on? How's ice fishing? What else is new? What's going on with you? We're getting closer to the deadline here, cousin.
Yes, I'll talk about that in a minute. Um, First, ice fishing. I went out Saturday last week, and I caught about 50 fish on my own. It was crazy.
Awesome.
So I had two lines on my pole. So,
Mm.
like, you have your main line that goes down to your reel. That was tied to what's called like a leader, and or a swivel. Sorry.
Okay.
And so I tied one end to that, and then I had a shorter piece that I tied on to the swivel, and then a longer piece that I tied onto the swivel. So I had two hooks at the end
Oh,
of my
okay.
main line, and we just throwing like these little bug grubs on there, and I was just dropping my line down the hole, just it would hit the ground, and it was which was like we were in like 35, 37 foot deep water.
It's pretty
Um, yeah, it was really deep. I was kind of surprised. I didn't think it was gonna be that deep. Um, so when your line hits the ground, then you close um, your reel or whatever, and then you just reel it in just above the bottom of the lake, and then you
deep.
just let it sit there, and you can kind of just jig it up and down a little bit, and then 10 seconds of doing that, and then you get a bite, and then you just reel it in real quick, pull up the fish.
Anything? Did you catch anything like big or what? Like
Yeah,
what size? Like in what fish were you catching?
we were just catching perch, and I caught a
Okay.
couple. One was probably about 13 inches, and then one was about 12, right around
Okay.
there. Um, and so, like I said, I caught about 50 on my own, and I kept probably I think I kept six of mine,
Hmm.
but I was with five people, so between us we had maybe 40 or 50 fish that we kept to eat.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so some of the smaller ones we filleted or right there on the lake and fried them and ate them right there on the lake. Like they had been out of the water for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe an hour in some cases. But
Yeah.
it was so like fresh and good. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be pretty cool to be sitting there and just catch something, cut its head off, skin it, just throw it right in the skillet.
yeah, yeah. So the how they did it was you didn't have to cut the head off or anything, because that actually made it harder to fillet. But
Oh really?
yeah, because you essentially um, take the fish and then you cut it like kind of right below the gills, which
Hmm.
is kind of like where its neck, its neck area. So you cut it at a diagonal right by the gills, and then just slide the knife over, and then work it towards the tail, but don't cut it all the way off. So once you get towards the tail, then you flip that slab that you just cut over, and that exposes the meat, and then you just slide it under the meat, and then you cut the skin off, and then there you go. You just got a piece of fish. That's
Hmm.
called yeah. That's how you fillet it. Um, so there was one guy that was filleting. Jake Cronister was breading them, and I was frying them. So we had a little assembly station. Um, and the way that we had our fryer set up was just on a propane heater with a pot uh,
Oh yeah.
with some oil in there. We just fried them up, man, and
That's some like mountain man type shit.
it was awesome, and it was so good. And then we ate. We took the big ones home, and then Jake filleted those, and then he brought them over here, and we fried them and ate them the next day, and it was so good. I
Oh
love
yeah.
I loved it. And then we're going out Sunday this week. Me, Jacob, Jake Cronister, and then another guy. We're going out Sunday. One of Hannah's friends is letting me borrow an auger and a shanty.
Oh okay.
So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm sure Jacob's gonna bring like 2 cases of beer, and forget his fishing pole or something.
Oh man.
He's
Hey,
he's a little
brought what's
scatterbrained
important.
like that.
You brought what's important.
Right. Yeah. And he's like, oh, we gotta make sure we have a good time. He'll bring like a pan and like oil and everything to cook the fish up, but then like not bring anything to catch the fish with. So
Good. Well,
that's just how he is. It's fun.
that's goofy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's always fun though. I mean, I think that'd be a fun experience just sitting out on the ice with your boys, just catching a shit ton of fish
Yes.
apparently.
Tons. One
Just
after
ripping
another.
beers.
Yep. Exactly. And then like 15 minutes away from the place that we're going, there's a couple bars that they go to, so I'm sure we'll make a trip out that way.
Yeah. I might head out to Iowa City tonight.
Oh
Go
yeah,
see see about the bar scene out there. I haven't been there since I left, so I don't
Nice.
know. I don't know if I'm gonna go through with it or not yet, but it's on the table.
All right, cool. That'll be a good time if you go out there.
Yeah.
What else did you ask me about?
We're getting closer to the
Oh,
deadline due date.
right. Yes. Okay, so Hannah just she had an appointment this morning, and they're checking her out and doing everything, but they said that her cervix is thinning, so like she's like getting ready to have it, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's
Right,
fucking crazy.
right. So we got what, like 4 weeks, right about? Yeah, no, less than, right? Yeah, less than three and a half.
Today's the
Three.
26th, 27th.
Today's the 28th, and the due date's the 23rd. So four weeks is 28 days. We're not 28 days away. We're like 23 days away, almost,
Oh shit.
24 days away. So yeah, we're getting there.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm. And they
Very
were,
exciting. So is that like what happened? Like what was the what did she had to go do? Like is that all you found out? What else have you guys done?
oh yeah, no, at the appointment that she had today, they said that um he's like uh in the correct position, so she shouldn't have any problems with the birthing process. Um, and yeah, they just said everything looks good and it's just ready to come out.
That's crazy.
It is
It's crazy.
crazy.
How do
Um,
you how do you feel knowing that knowing that you're just like weeks away from meeting one of your own offspring now?
yeah, no, it's super exciting. Like, can't wait. Uh, it's funny because I was talking to my supervisor before I left work today,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, it's almost time," and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I know." And another guy chimed in and is like, "So, are you ready to like be a dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course. I've been thinking about this for 9 months.
Yeah.
Um, well, really longer. I've thought about what I would be like as a dad for. I mean, ever since Hannah and I have been together, pretty much, because I knew I wanted to have kids with her. But
Yeah.
so this guy asks, "Are you ready to be a dad?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." And I was like, I mean, I pretty much already am to all you morons. You guys are just coming up and asking me questions and whining about this, asking things about that. And I'm just like, I just shut up, leave me alone. I just want to sit here in my chair. Like, that is the most dad thing that you could want. Just leave me alone. I just want to sit in my chair.
That's so funny because like so dad had that old or the lazy boy like leather rock or
Mm-hmm.
reclining chair, and that was always his chair, and like now I
Yeah.
have it.
Oh.
And so like it's great now, like I come back and I'm like come back after like a long day of class and shit. It's like all I want to do is sit in my goddamn chair,
Mm-hmm.
sit there for a little while. It's so nice.
Right.
A man in his chair, it's a bond unbreakable.
It really is. I need one. I want in our future home, I want a nice fireplace like that's functional, so it'll like heat our house, um, so we can rely on wood heat a little bit or whatever. But
Yeah.
I want a nice recliner with a nice light that I can like read or whatever, and sit by the fire and just be by myself for a little bit.
Hey, you need that escape though. Like everybody's got an escape.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs that. So if it's a chair next to the fire, that's good too.
Oh, yes. And then a nice, like, book, a bookcase, because we've got a lot of books. So
Yeah.
I want to have those out. So yeah,
Man needs his books and he needs his chair.
yes, that is true.